Resilience is not a static trait inherited through genetic lottery or a simplistic psychological construct. It is a sophisticated, dynamic neural ecosystem of adaptive intelligence that emerges through complex interactions between biological, psychological, and existential domains. The traditional narrative of resilience, portraying it as an inherent capacity to withstand external pressures, represents a profound misunderstanding of human neuroplastic potential. Resilience is not about remaining unbroken, but about developing increasingly nuanced capacities for transformation. Contemporary neurobiological research reveals a stunning insight. Trauma and significant life challenges are not merely experiences that happen to us, but profound catalysts for neural reorganization. Each challenge represents a potential portal for radical human development. Consider the biological metaphor of hormesis, a fundamental principle where controlled exposure to stressors actually enhances systemic capacity. Just as physical muscles grow through strategic resistance, our psychological and neurological systems develop through intelligent navigation of complexity. The resilience ecosystem consists of 4 interconnected domains. 1. Cognitive architectural frameworks, narrative deconstruction mechanisms, interpretative schema mapping, adaptive meaning generation protocols. The fundamental premise is, our cognitive systems are not passive recipients of experience, but active meaning generation architectures capable of continuous redesign. 2. Emotional processing intelligence, somatic sensation tracking, neurochemical signature identification, transformative emotional metabolization. The critical insight: emotions represent sophisticated communication systems carrying evolutionarily developed intelligence, not mere psychological phenomena to be suppressed or avoided. 3. Physiological regulation systems, autonomic nervous system recalibration, stress response optimization, interoceptive awareness development. The body is not separate from psychological experience, but an integrated intelligence system constantly providing critical feedback. 4. Existential meaning construction, personal mythology engineering, values alignment protocols, purposeful suffering interpretation. Human experience is not about eliminating suffering, but developing increasingly sophisticated capacities to metabolize, interpret, and transform complex experiential landscapes. The Japanese art of kintsugi provides a profound philosophical framework beyond mere aesthetic practice. When a ceramic vessel breaks, traditional perspectives would see it as damaged, worthless. The kintsugi master perceives something radically different, an opportunity for transformative reconstruction. The golden seams are not simply a repair technique. They represent a celebration of the object's unique journey, a testament to survival that transforms brokenness into an opportunity for enhanced beauty and meaning. Neurological research illuminates this principle with scientific precision. Significant challenges do not merely test our existing capacities, they fundamentally reshape our neural architecture. Successfully navigating complexity doesn't just return us to a previous state of functioning, it evolves our entire system. This represents a paradigm shift from viewing resilience as resistance to understanding it as a dynamic, adaptive intelligence. 3 fundamental misconceptions about resilience are the following. 1. Resilience as invulnerability. Fallacy: true resilience means never showing weakness. Reality: resilience emerges through intelligent vulnerability and strategic adaptation. 2. Pain as failure. Fallacy: experiencing difficulty indicates personal inadequacy. Reality: pain represents unprocessed wisdom waiting for metabolization. 3. Growth as linear progression. Fallacy: human development follows a straightforward, predictable path. Reality: transformation is a non-linear, fractal process of continuous emergence. The critical question shifts from, how do we avoid suffering, to how do we develop the capacity to dance with the full spectrum of human experience. Your invitation, not to become invulnerable, but to become increasingly sophisticated in your capacity to metabolize complexity. Are you prepared to rewrite your understanding of human potential? Resilience is not a monolithic construct but a dynamic, multidimensional neural ecosystem continuously adapting to environmental and internal stimuli. Our contemporary understanding transcends traditional psychological models, revealing a far more sophisticated landscape of human potential. The fundamental premise is deceptively simple yet profoundly complex. Our neurological architecture is not fixed but perpetually malleable, with each significant life experience serving as a potential catalyst for radical neural reorganization. The neuroplastic resilience model, 4 interconnected domains. 1. Cognitive reframing mechanism. Neurological research demonstrates that our interpretative frameworks are not passive receptacles of experience but active meaning generation systems. The cognitive reframing mechanism operates through 3 critical subprocesses. A. Narrative deconstruction. Identifying embedded cognitive schemas. Mapping unconscious interpretative patterns. Detecting recursive thought loops that limit adaptive responses. Practical intervention. Develop a metacognitive awareness that allows real-time recognition of limiting narrative constructs. This involves creating deliberate interruption points in automatic thought sequences. B. Adaptive interpretation protocols. Transforming threat narratives into challenge narratives. Developing cognitive flexibility. Expanding perceptual bandwidth. Key technique: the perspective triangulation method, systematically examining challenging experiences from multiple interpretative lenses, including personal perspective, objective observer perspective, potential future self perspective. C. Meaning generation strategies. Converting raw experience into structured learning. Creating generative narratives. Developing post-traumatic growth frameworks. 2. Emotional metabolization process. Emotions are not merely psychological phenomena, but complex neurochemical signals carrying critical evolutionary information. The emotional metabolization process involves A. Sensation mapping. Precise somatic tracking of emotional experiences. Identifying neurochemical signatures. Distinguishing between primary and secondary emotional responses. Advanced practice. Develop a granular emotional vocabulary that moves beyond basic categorizations, enabling more precise internal navigation. B. Energetic processing techniques. Trauma integration methodologies. Nervous system recalibration. Sympathetic parasympathetic regulation strategies. Breakthrough insight. Emotions are not experiences that happen to us, but intelligent communication systems providing critical feedback about our internal and external environments. C. Transformative emotional alchemy. Converting potentially destructive emotional energy into constructive motivational force. Developing emotional regulation through conscious metabolization. Creating deliberate emotional state management protocols. 3. Physiological regulation systems. The body is not separate from psychological experience but a complex, interconnected intelligence system. Physiological regulation involves A. Autonomic nervous system recalibration. Developing sophisticated interoceptive awareness. Creating deliberate state change mechanisms. Implementing advanced breathing and somatic techniques. Specific protocols. Polyvagal theory-informed nervous system reset techniques. Vagus nerve stimulation practices. Neurogenic tremoring for trauma release. B. Stress response optimization. Transforming survival responses into growth responses. Developing hormetic stress adaptation. Creating deliberate physiological resilience. C. Somatic intelligence development. Body as an intelligent sensing system. Developing nonverbal communication skills. Integrating body-based wisdom into decision-making processes. 4. Existential meaning construction. Beyond psychological adaptation lies the profound realm of meaning generation, transforming experience into purposeful narrative. A. Personal mythology engineering. Consciously designing life narrative architectures. Developing generative identity frameworks. Creating purpose-driven interpretation systems. B. Values alignment protocols. Identifying core existential values. Creating behavior congruence mechanisms. Developing integrity-based decision frameworks. C. Purposeful suffering interpretation. Reframing challenges as initiatory experiences. Developing philosophical resilience. Creating meaning from potentially destructive experiences. The critical breakthrough emerges not from eliminating suffering, but from developing increasingly sophisticated capacity to metabolize, interpret, and transform complex human experiences. This is not theoretical abstraction. This is a precise technology of human potential. Your assignment: select a significant life challenge. Apply these frameworks systematically. Document not just your experience, but the metacognitive process of your investigation. Resilience is not about remaining unbroken. It is about becoming increasingly whole through the very process of breaking and reconstruction. Are you prepared to begin?